Into the flood again. Same old trip it was back then. Thought I made a big mistake. Chris Perez rang me tonight, my friend. Ooh, am I wrong? Live streaming in our Wednesday evening. How you doing? Hey, any fucking corn crate with you? I'm gonna share this link out now in case anyone wants to hop in and have the crack date. You know what I mean? Oh ho ho. Oh ho ho. Do you know the crack yourself, do you? So we got Otto from the kebab shop. It says pure pheromones and estrogen. Stop drinking beer when I cried at my daughter's birth. I ain't no bitch. There's a bit of a couple of off-key sounding notes there. Who we got in the house tonight? We got Liam Murphy. Are we getting on? Jack Ladd, Knowledge Digest. That's me. Fucking cool dude, man. Pez Power Productions, Flying Turkeys. We're going to be talking about some wild turkeys that Chris Perez has seen around his home place up there in Boston. Boston State Ball. U.S. League Best Ballers. The Beluga Whale Championships. Beluga Freshman. College days. Saved by the Bell. It was a good time. Okay, who else have we got, man? We got Quinn Hensley. How you doing, Quinn? Good to see you, mate. We've got Amanda. All right there, lads. Shawnee, looking warm, man. Listen, you have to. So I think it's fucking -8 over here now at the moment. Carol Strayberger. Oh, ha, 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 how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, you fucking Danny O'Neill's in the mix up, man. Danny, even fella, how are you? He says. Lee Mean Murphy. Have you got the heating on? I've barely got the heating on. I try and ration out the heating because if I lived in a flat like I used to, it just didn't care about, I'd be like, oh, the heating has gone up. And it's like, well, that's the housing association's responsibility. But when you're living in a house, it can be fucking hard all going on the old oil. But I don't know what the crack is. Don't know what the crack is at all. Nerves in a pattern. Morton, rank the width. Here, come here. How'd you mean? I've got myself a nice Opel Tigra. Fucking smooth job altogether, hey. That's really fast. Global warming jobs, Lee Murphy, Carl Striper. CM Fox, how you doing, lad? CM Fox. The old motor struggled to kick over this morning. Gotta leave it at the airport next week for 4 days. Risky. Fucking, I tell you what you do, CM Fox, lad. You spray some WD-40 on the engine, or is it starter spray. Take some of that with you and just see if it dries it up. But I think it's -8 here now at the moment. Let me just consult my phone to find out the current temperature. It was actually colder last year. It was at this time last year. It was about -14. So she's warmed up a good couple of degrees there. Like, you know what I mean? It is now -7 degrees Celsius. It'll go down to -8 now soon. Still, it's only entry level compared to lads up in Malmö. Not Malmö, sorry, Kiruna. Here we got Chris Perez on the stream, and if Dr. David wants to join us as well, hop in, mate. Hop in. Hello there.
Right.
The headphones on there, Chris, lad. I was getting so excited about the idea of talking Bud Light and wild turkeys.
Wild turkeys got you going.
Hold on a second, I'll put these phone heads in. Hello, Chris Perez. Talk to me, baby boy. What's going on? How's it going up there in Bostonian dreamland? Have you seen any American people today?
Have I seen any American people today? Yes, quite a few. Saw quite a few. Went to the grocery store.
What did they sound like? American people.
Actually, there was this funny the butcher at the bakery in the deli he was straight out of Charlestown. He was like, so yeah, what do you want? What kind of meat you want today? I was just sitting there. I started laughing. I couldn't even answer him right away.
Tell me this. Sorry, I just got distracted by a comment there. I forgot what I was going to ask you. What did you say? Sorry, you could repeat that.
There's a very American butcher that I met today.
Oh yeah,
laughing about in the comment.
Okay, so I was wondering, yeah, you know, Charlestown in Boston. That must
Yeah.
be, there's Charlestown in Mayo, which is next to Swinford, and there's also the Charlestown Shopping Centre on the motorway going from fucking outskirts of Dublin north to Telft, and up there, up by the the place there with the IKEAs and all. There's a place there called Charlestown, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what you mean about that, Charlestown.
Basically, Irish people probably called it Charlestown when they moved and settled in Boston.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Why not?
Yeah,
But
by the
I
way,
think
we're being spammed by Harvey Price. I doubt it is the real Harvey Price. He says,
Tell
"Hello,
me more
friend.
about-
Do you like horses?"
Tell me more about Harvey Price. Am I supposed to know who he is right away?
Harvey Price. He's the illegitimate love child of Dwight York and glamour model Jordan. She's going by her original name, Katie Price. Katie Price. She got a son called Harvey, and his father's called Dwight. Smoking bowls on a Tuesday afternoon.
Who did it?
Smoking bowls on a Tuesday afternoon.
It's Wednesday.
I once saw Katie Price at an awards ceremony in Dublin back in 2011. It was called RSVP or
That's too close.
RIP. It was fucking shit. Where they got free food. It was full of women dressed in class dresses and soft dudes. So that explains who Harvey Price is. Elon bust. Elon's going down, is he?
He does appeal.
Went right off there. Yeah, Elon Musk, man, I don't know anything about him, man. What's he doing? He's fucking, his dad had a fucking emerald mine, didn't he, down in South Africa? And apparently, right, he got a load of opals and he brought them back to the shed and he was like, he'd go, all right, father, I've found myself some opals down the mine. And he's like, well done, Elon. You can now polish them up in the shed. So he's just sitting there polishing opals and then he brings them to America and made a load of money. And now he owns Twitter.
Well, isn't he like under investigation or something right now?
What for, mate?
I don't know exactly. I know he just fired a former FBI.
You have to ask yourself, why was an
I
FBI guy working in a social media company? That's a bit dodgy. It sounds like a bit of a conflict of interest to me, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the story there? Do you just can you just go from one organization to another? Is it like, you might have worked in like Walmart, and then you're like, oh, I worked at Walmart, and they're hiring in like fucking the military, and then you go from like the military to like Fox News or something. You know what I mean? People just can go from one job to another.
Yeah, if you have a degree, you can do whatever you want.
Fucking hell, man. I wish someone had told me earlier. If I had a degree, I would have done anything I want. But I couldn't be bothered going to college.
It's more about who you know.
College, man. I mean, I like the concept of it, but I just can't. It was always the commitment of time. I was like, 7 years to become an architect, man. That's mental. But then 7 years will pass anyway, and you're like, 7 years later, you're like, fuck, I could have just knuckled down for 7 years and become a solicitor.
Done that. No, it makes sense. I mean, it's more about who you know than what you know. Everybody, nepotism's everywhere.
I'm going to start getting some home degrees. There's Otto down there said I'll just be like, okay, I wonder if I just took
what kind of degree? What kind of degree do you want? I got a really nice printer in the next room. I'll get you one.
Can you get me one of chiropractor, please? I'll just got a degree in chiropodistnesses, even though it's not even.
Yeah, I'll print it out. I'll toss it in the mail for you. Anybody else in the comment section need a printout? Let me know. $5.99 to Martin's Venmo or PayPal. Martin's PayPal.
Thank you very much for mentioning that. Actually,
I'll give you a degree.
If you would like to little tip, price for a pint. Cheers for the content, mate. You know what I mean? I know it's low budget and I don't have all cool lights and boop, 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 buttons and stuff, but the content is straight from the heart and a shoot from the hip. You know what I mean? So if you do fancy dropping a little touch to the main man, Maloney's Digest at PayPal. I'll just fucking write that down. Yeah, PayPal. You know what I mean? Maybe I did that wrong, didn't I?
So, anyways, yeah, drop that link. Drop that link in the comment section, please. And then if anybody wants, yeah, we'll send it. We're selling fake degrees too for $5.99.
Fake degrees, man.
Listen, and I'll put it out.
Me and Chris are starting an organization where we just give out just
a
degrees.
piece of paper. Just a piece of paper.
We were like, yeah, we were on Wikipedia and we figured out how to become heart surgeons. So here's the degree.
Is that what you want?
Digest and Pez Power Productions have come together to call it Maloney's Pez Power.
The University of M&P is what it's called, Maloney and Pez. So if you want a degree, $5.99. Hit that PayPal link. There's no tuition either, so we're not scamming you for 4 years at the very least.
And the coursework. The coursework is so easy. They just buy, they say, "Oh, come on, we'll take you out for lunch and then have some pints," and then we'll be just sitting there telling them what we know from a ballpark figure of hypotheticalizing over certain degrees done. Here you go. You want to be an insurance broker? Well, great insurance, man. You need it, don't you?
Yeah, you need a degree. Forget about it. Hey, listen, I can't teach you how to put together a house. I can't teach you plumbing. I can't teach you any of the stuff that's really going to matter. How to shoot. I can teach you how to shoot pretty well. When shit hits the fan stuff, I'm useful. But I can't. Yeah,
this is true, man. You're the man who told me not to stand against the wall if you're in a fight. But also, I've seen that
rounds travel down walls. So
yeah, they said that in Black Hawk Down as well at one stage. Like, get away from the walls, man.
Yeah, I got my degree from Black Hawk Down. That's where I got my degree from. So.
I mean, like in the rare event you find yourself in some sort of firefight or an urban combat situation with live ammunition and guns.
Stay out of Los Angeles and the big cities. If you do, don't lean against any walls as you travel. That's all I gotta say.
Hey Chris, don't you think the USA has kind of turned into that dystopian Terminator 1 kind of vibe? Do you know what I mean? Or like RoboCop, where people are just living in tents and shit. And it's like you've just got a whole gang of super corporations.
No. I won't say the U.S. I will say specifically Los Angeles is a dystopian future now. It's worse than ever before. I mean,
I was there in 2011. It was quite nice. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't.
It's very worse.
I mean, I stayed south of Koreatown. I was hanging out in West Hollywood and Venice, and
now that's not.
Venice Beach was a fucking mad spot, man.
What you remember that is now tents and homeless people everywhere. Every place you just mentioned is now homeless everywhere. But yeah, what was so mad about Venice Beach other than the homeless?
Yeah, well, I just saw something about what if you just lied on your fucking CV, man? Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, I went to Cambridge and studied arts or something, and they were like, oh, very good, you went to Cambridge. Or are they going to do? Hello, is that Cambridge? I wanted to know if Chris Perez did go to study arts at Cambridge. Oh, there's no record of Chris Perez here. And then they're like, you have lied about your qualifications on your CV. And you're like, no, I didn't. Maybe there was a problem with their machinery.
Hey, maybe they're fine.
And then you just print out a degree, man. You know what I mean? You got a printer and you print out, hey, I've got the fucking degree hanging on my wall there, man. Dude from Cambridge.
You gotta have the proper signature of the dean at the right time, though. You gotta you can't have it say John Smith, but it was really Craig Thompson that was the dean. Be like, look, here, I got this, and the right type of paper, but that can't be too hard to figure out. So there's ways to get fake degrees. The fucking on the dark web, you can get college credits like that. I'm sure. Forget about it.
Hey, I like what Roshi Max just said here, Chris.
I
know a girl who's on over 100 grand in oil and gas industry. She never finished her degree, dropped out, lies on her CV, and no one's ever checked. That's a girl I want to fucking get to know. Like, tell me more about what you did. And I'd be like, I was in Boston, Harvard doing degrees in macroeconomics.
Yeah, but then do you think the average person's going to ask what you know about macroeconomics? They're going to look at you and be like, what? This
Yeah, but
this
like,
guy
man, I
knows
know loads about it, man.
macroeconomics.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I'm just saying, but
macro
like
is the big
have
version.
you?
No, this is what I'd say to them. I'd be like, what, you
Let's
doubting
go.
my knowledge of like macroeconomics and Keynesian economics and trickle-down economics and economical economics and basic economics and all the different economics. So many economics, baby. Yeah. So, and then they were like, what the fuck are you talking about, you mad bastard? And I'd be like, macroeconomics, innit? And then
That
they'd be
sounds like
like,
the
get
job
out.
interview from Step Brothers, bro.
I've only watched that film once and it was mildly entertaining. Which is
Mildly
quite good.
entertaining.
Moderately entertaining.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Did you ever? Has anyone seen the Gleason brothers had this this comedy on RTE, man? And, you know, I don't want to go slacking it off, but it just wasn't funny. Do you know what I mean? It's supposed to be a comedy show, and I was like, look, man, you might be good at acting in the old Hollywood dramas and some moderately amusing comedy shows, but like, leave the comedy to me and the boys, lads. Leave the comedy to me and the boys.
Speaking of the boys, Cowboy was recently doing some shows in Prague. I heard they went pretty well. Shout out to the boys.
Shout out to the boys. Stevie Kelly was in Prague last week. He was playing in some venue down in fucking Prague or somewhere like that. Vienna. Who the fuck booked that gig? How did it go for him that night? What were the jokes used on stage? Were they pre-scripted and enhanced with observations of the place they had just visited? Bent Nob says, oh, I had the lamp of Aladdin, or the wealth that comes with the gold mines can bestow. Rather be poor in a cottage with a pretty girl milking her cow. That was about Musk, apparently wrote that verbatim. He's a man from the wilds of Innisfree with his little opal shed.
What are you talking about? Am I supposed to know this opal talk? Because I don't.
Well, but did you not hear the crack? Like, you know,
I did not hear the crack.
No, it's just like a little bit of a tidbit about Elon Musk's, you know, early life. Apparently, his dad owned an opal quarry or mine or something, and he polished up some opals, and that's what kind of got him set up in America. Man, he had a bit of start-off wedge thanks to the opals, and maybe, you know, there were people above him who were like, oh, I like the cut of this lad's jib. He'll be our new bad dude or whatever. And then afterwards, when he kind of went his own way, I don't know, man. It's a strange one, Chris Perez.
And now he's in charge of a platform that more people communicate on a daily basis than ever in the history of humanity.
What was that, buddy boy?
I said now from opals to owning a platform that more people communicate on a daily basis than ever in the history of humanity. It's pretty interesting.
What, Twitter is?
Yeah, more people talk on that daily than anything throughout the history of mankind.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of traffic going through there. There's a lot of traffic, but like people aren't in cars.
They're not, or on trains.
I'm just cruising around on the internet, innit? And I do it quite a bit. How many miles has my thumb scrolled by now? When you put it in those terms of distance, maybe about 7 miles. What a waste of fucking thumb time. But where else am I gonna be rolling it to anyway?
Carpal tunnel.
Smoking bowls on the highway, Ballina on a Tuesday. It's wet and it's rainy, and the sky is gray.
You do know
go down
Wednesday,
to the ice
right?
house, get an expensive bite to eat. Cost you about €100. if you want to eat the veg and the meat. Stateside, and his cousin killed coin. They're going playing pool down the Ballina pool hall. Oh, Chris, hey. Yeah. Oh, Chris, hey. Yeah. Oh, come here. How many pets am I? How'd you mind? I can get a century break in his pole gam cross. Here. 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 Oh. So a bit of music there for you off the fucking cuff, man.
Yo, you know it's Wednesday, right, bro?
Yeah, but I've just got a kind of a weird Tourette's thing where I keep saying Tuesday.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, I know it's Wednesday. I'm well aware of that. And I was thinking to myself in the recesses of my mind at the time, I was like, maybe people are like, doesn't even know it's Wednesday, the daft cunt. But I did. But Tuesday sounds better than saying Wednesday or Wednesday. It's like stateside is in the room, hey, says Joel Dude. Here, Morton. I'm on the exercise bike every day, he says. He's doing the time on the exercise bike, doing the miles in the shed, driving around in his Opel Severa convertible. So there's another song there for you lads. What are you up to there, Chris, mate?
I was trying to zoom the camera out because then I just saw myself on YouTube, and I apologize for.
No worries, man. You had the vibes of walking back in the day when camcorders were a big deal, and you'd walk past a shop window and it'd have the TV with the camcorder on top of it.
No.
You're like, it's fucking class. Look at. You're like.
Sorry. You can
cameras in the shops in the.
Oh, you can do that at Best Buy. You can still do that at Best Buy here.
So why wouldn't you, man? People still love that shit. You know what I mean? It highlights the idea of being able to see yourself on a TV. It's like, wow, look, I'm on a TV, and then people are like, just like the people from TV.
Should go there.
Like the A-Team and the Hulk.
Wait, go to IKEA. Go to IKEA. See if they have a room set up when you can live stream the Super Bowl. You watching the Super Bowl? That'd be funny.
From the IKEA.
Yeah, live stream from IKEA. You watching the Super Bowl in February.
Why would I do that in IKEA, mate?
Because it would be hilarious, no?
It would be, but you know what they would be like? I'm sorry, you can't do this here. This is a shop. Do you want to buy something? Then you buy something. But do not do this with the filming. It's not allowed here. It's a funny idea for you, but for us, this is a place of business. I'm like, all right, Killjoy. Why are you so autistic? In the Asperger's way, people will think it's controversial, but it's the way they behave. They're so mental, so controversial, like robots that can't have the crack. So that was a song there about IKEA.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. The guitar's a nice touch for me. I'm not sure about the people watching this. Just me breaking into a random song and jamming it up.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to sit here quietly as you bust into a sweet tune every now and then.
Do you want to do some poetry? I can do like a Jim Morrison thing where you can be like.
I don't want to do poetry. That would not be good. I don't even know how to do write poetry. Maybe I should learn.
Chris Perez.
Can I get a degree from you about poetry?
Absolutely, man. I'll write you one. I'll write one out this instant.
Go.
The fucking Calling or a class band, man. Wish Masao. Wish wow. Masao. Madaho. That was a song from The Calling there, 2002's Soft Metalers. It's like seeing the inner monologue when you play. I guess so. Sean Gilmartin, what happened to Lexus and the Viper boxing match? I think that might have been the best episode yet. Yeah, I don't know, like it's good, yeah. Like there's absolutely no mention of what was going to happen. It's like you are going to fight the Viper, and then the YouTube episodes, and it's like it's never mentioned again. It's like, now Alexis, you're going to get the Viper. He's like, I fucking do it, but then he just runs off.
Yeah, he takes right off. No one ever knows. He'll come back in the morning.
Oh yeah, he's some boy, all right, man. Some boy.
Many times while you were home a few months ago.
I didn't, unfortunately. I missed out, but I ended up getting quite ill. Thanks to Tommy Boo, passed it on to me. Yeah, so I wasn't feeling the May West. It was like a fucking gastric flu, and I was bedridden for days. 'Twas the worst of the worst of the worst.
How do you know it was Tommy Boo that got you sick?
Because he was like, "Oh, sorry about that. I probably gave you that. I had that last week." And I was like, "Oh, great." But no one else seemed to get it though. I'd say my immune system was low from all the traveling and just being stressed out generally.
Generally, obviously, daily.
Generally stressed.
I think Sean Gilmartin said, I think it's time to patch it up with Stateside. So, how's that situation?
I was on to him there last week. He was telling me about he's down to 19 stone now, and I said, keep going, get yourself down to a cool 15 stone, and you'll be human strong and the width of a human at the same time.
How many more pits do you think he gains by losing these stones?
I'd say he's probably up to a good. See, he's lost the hair now. That the hair was a cool look. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that went away.
Yeah, so he cut the hair short. He cut the hair short, so he lost hair pits, but he's gaining pits from the trimming down. So his pits are probably still at a smooth 44, really, give or take. And exactly as Josh Marks would say, 44 pits. I'd say he is still at a smooth 44 pits. Yourself, Chris, what would you, if you were to hypothesize about the pits levels, what we benching here?
In terms of stateside or
yeah. What pit levels is he running at?
I haven't seen him since for a hot minute. I mean, he was creeping easy 39. So if you're telling me the pits have increased since he's dropped the weight, I can understand that.
That's a great analysis, and that's something like I like the way you acknowledge the fact that there was the sliding scale of both metrics combined in one there. So I do like your input on the pit levels of stateside. So thank you for that input, Chris.
No problem.
So more questions. Tell me about your man Donnie. What's his name? The lad from Barstool Sports. We get him in the mix.
I just want to time out before we discuss Donnie. Someone just asked in the comment section, "What is a pit?"
Can you please? Do you want to take this one?
I don't know how Joel found this live stream. I'm really glad you're here, but Pitt is from the state. It's not even a character. Stateside. He's from the Hardy Bucks. If you don't know what the Hardy Bucks are, Joel, check it out. It's Martin's early work, and it's outstanding. The Pitt is basically a sexiness level because Brad Pitt is one of the sexiest men alive. So if Stateside is the equivalent to sexiness of 44 pits, you can only imagine how sexy Stateside is.
So thank you for reaffirming what I was thinking in myself, Chris, was pits would be a self-aggrandizing metrics of how physically and cerebrally appealing he is to people who would find him attractive, which would be, in his eyes, everybody. His pits is basically a metric level of how he looks in terms of being, and that's done in Bradley Cooper. Bradley. What's his fucking name? Bradley something Smith.
I don't know his name
because Inside says it on the stateside video, and I was like, "Is that Michael Pitt's brother?" No, like Liz, aka Danny Moha.
It's so ridiculous.
Is that Brad's brother? No. I'm no Superman. Did you hear that? Do you, Morton? I'm no Superman. Do you know what that is? Do you? It's a pile of fucking shite.
One of the last live
I
streams
don't
I
like
was on
scrubs.
with you was with Stateside, actually, and he was drinking beer out of the mug. So he only had one mug too. He said in the whole house he only had one mug, and he used it for both beer and coffee in the same day.
You know,
So,
well, I'll tell you what I like.
strange.
He's a generous character though. Fair play to him. You know what I mean? He's like he wouldn't see you stuck. To be fair to him, he might be mental in other ways, but he's
Listen, you cannot fault the man on.
He has a
He has
documentary
more
in the-
confidence than any person in the world.
Yeah, he does. For anybody in the chat group though hasn't seen the documentary or the little video I made when he was here about 7 years ago on holiday.
No, a documentary is perfect.
Yeah, it would be a mini documentary, and it's there in the comment section. CGH93, Story Morton, you watching the World Cup? Who's playing this fucking? Let's see. I watched the Portugal Switzerland game yesterday.
We got England and France is the next big matchup.
That's Saturday, isn't it?
England and France. I believe that's the matchup of the Kings. They're calling it in America.
Oh yeah, the matchup of the Kings, huh? World Cup. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with here. So Morocco have gone through penalties, so it's 0-0, and
Ronaldo got
Spain.
Benched too.
He did.
The dude that
indeed.
replaced Ronaldo got the hat trick.
South Korea versus Brazil. I didn't see that, but fair play to South Korea for getting this far, and also I was gutted to see Japan playing Croatia because I like both of the teams and wanted to see both teams do well. Like for me, it'd be nice to see Croatia win the World Cup just because they're always like in the top 3 or 4. And
I like Luka Modric. So
I do as well, man. I do.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know why I like him. It's just like like when you see him play,
he's so little. He reminds me of a scarecrow that you see around Halloween, and he's just out there, amazing with the ball. He's just a skinny little dude running around.
Scarecrow playing football.
That's what he looks like.
I was watching it with Dawson. I was like, look, he kind of looks a bit like Malish.
Yeah. All right. I'm not saying anything like that. He looks like you've seen The Wizard of Oz, have you not?
He's like a ferret of a man. But I like him though because he can see really pushes his teammates to do as well as they can, and and I just feel like before he retires, might be nice for him to get the brass of the World Cup. Plus, Croatia have never won it, but they're always there at the end. But poor old Japan.
Has Portugal ever won a World Cup?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It'd be cool if Ronaldo stopped complaining about everything. He's pulling too many temper tantrums, but I'd like to see him get a World Cup.
Suarez was crying after South Korea knocked out Uruguay. Like Suarez, he's always crying.
He didn't bite anybody this time, though, so I'm proud of him. I said he didn't bite anyone this time. So
exactly.
I'm proud of him.
Let's see what silverware have Portugal won. They must have got a couple of European cups.
CM Fox says Portugal never been close.
Really?
Yeah. Helen S said an objective measurement of male beauty in regards to pits, which is kind of hilarious. Now Martin's in the zone, so we got to wait for him to finish staring at the computer.
I can't phrase it. It's like how many times has Portugal won the Euros? Okay, because if they haven't won the World Cup,
yeah, CM Fox is letting us dropping knowledge bombs.
Yeah, fair play. He's saving me a bit of time there. Fair play.
Thank you. Yeah, it keeps the stream rolling when Martin doesn't have to type in things. So if you could
exactly, I'm doing all that. Yeah, I mean, I you know what? What I could do is ask someone in the chat. That's what people usually do, and then the chat are like, "Ooh, I can help out with this," and everyone's, next time I'm just gonna ask someone in the chat. Keep the chat rolling, baby.
Yeah,
because I just go into this mode of like, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's what
feels like I'm just at home looking at like the computer without doing a stream.
Shout out comment section because that's exactly what I said. So it's all right. It's all right. So.
Okay, Brian R says football is completely scripted. They're throwing all sorts of Masonic poses when they score. They are everywhere. Yeah, who knows? But I mean, look,
how do I do some Masonic poses?
No, that's Olympian
pose, or like
you just got to do this yourself. Turn yourself into one
What's
big
this?
triangle. And, fuck them anyway, hey. Fuck them. But,
I don't know. I'd like to know.
Yeah. Bruce Grobbelaar was throwing fucking games in the 80s and getting paid for it while he was a goalkeeper for Liverpool. It was a very big scandal, and everybody was very disappointed in Bruce Grobbelaar at the time. I remember it being all over the news and that, and people were just saying, oh, yeah, that's bad form, man. I'm a Liverpool fan, and he's just like, throwing matches for money. That's, it's not fucking good. He's fucking bad from Liverpool, that lad. He's fucking bad. And that's how people were talking about Grobbelaar, Chris. You know what I mean? It was so football can be fixed, as Briar said. For sure.
That sucks though, because that like breaks my heart when people get like accused and found guilty of cheating in sports. Because that's like the one part of me that still is like innocent.
You're a sportsman.
Yeah, like the rest of the world has been really corrupted. And I know in the NBA here we had like Tim Donaghy. He was a referee for the NBA, and he was working with this dude who had mob connects, and he was making millions of dollars on point spreads and this, that, and the other thing. They say he worked
point
alone.
Point spreads, you say?
Yeah. He said he worked alone and he didn't have anybody else on him and blah, blah, blah. But that sucks because ever since then, there's just been this little shadow over the NBA for me. And like,
fuck the NBA, man. They're like the head of the NBA is, he seems like a fucking typical company man. You know what I mean?
He looks like a praying mantis. Is that weird? Sorry, is that weird?
No, but if he looks like a praying mantis, I totally
it's
fucking
not
get
David
it.
Stern anymore. I forget his name. I can picture
his name was Bobby Swanson.
Bobby Swanson. No, that was the boy down the road. No, yo, how is everything? Are we allowed to discuss Salmon? Or is that like cool? How's he doing?
I haven't heard from Salmon in a long time, mate.
Marriage?
Let me see. I was going to send Dr. David a fucking quick bell just to see if he wanted to come in for the crack. I don't know if he's watching. We will see where he is.
I saw that Netflix documentary, but that was more about bribing where the games would be held and all that other stuff, and the French buying jets and this, that, or the other thing. I get that. But when it comes down to the 11 men on the pitch, if out of those 22 men, when they cheat, that ruins the sanctity of the game. I believe that's the word I was looking for.
The power of the sanctity of football.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
I'm just going to go and get a bevy 1 second, lad.
All right. Well, I can discuss. CM Fox, I agree with you. I don't know. I don't really want France to win again, but I also definitely don't want to hear the English people chanting "It's coming home."
How are you, Chris? I'm chat. How are you doing? What's going on?
Well.
Okay,
doing well.
In there,
yeah, toss them in. You just kind of,
that
was a mouth first entrance. You very rarely see the mouth first entrance to a camera. Like, they didn't teach. I've never seen that one done.
You'll see all these kind of things on the stream. That's why it's a small stream. Because
this is why we give out degrees, though, because you learn something new every day.
It's so unprofessional.
Cannon block.
Oh, you see this live stream? It's so unprofessional. It's just him sitting in front of a light. I mean, God, it's so unprofessional. God, it's not like watching Claire Byrne or something on RT. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, but that's the kind of shit you hear, man.
Is it? I don't.
I doubt it, man. I doubt it.
You check the comment section.
I don't give a fuck, man. Sean's down there, right there, Sean, lad.
There he is.
Here he is, the main
man. I should. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second because I want
Bostonian Irish. So let's see what the comment says. Amazing what technology can do nowadays, says Josh Marks. England versus France will be close. Could go either way, but you'd have to favour France on the eye test. Tell you one thing, though, Tell you one thing about England and France. That will be a very tight game. That, I mean, England, they came close to winning the Euros last year, and they're consistently getting better as a team. But France, they won the last World Cup.
That's why we can't have them win again. Can't have them win it again.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. So it would be fucking interesting.
But I'm
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I don't know. Cowboy got to talking the other day on he mentioned it. I don't want to hear the English people chanting for 4 years, the cup's home and stuff. You know? That'd be really
I'll tell
annoying.
you one thing.
French haven't bothered
Fucking
me.
Skinner and Badil, man, they must be making such royalties wedge off writing that song. It was a very smart move to write a football comedy song with a popular band at the time, then write this catchy song, and because you have a TV show, you can help launch it as part of the promotion. And then you have a song that not only gives you an instant revenue boost, but continues to do so. Like the writers of Happy Birthday, for example, Chris Perez. As Joel would say, the smartest of moves. Portugal are beatable at the back, 100%. Fucking tell them to come down and play fucking Castlebar Celtic next week. Hey, they'll give them washki.
Oh, sorry, I had to take a break. My friend Mary Jane knocked on the door.
Oh, how's she doing? How's she doing? Good?
She seems to be doing pretty well.
My man.
So, cheers. Cheers. That's why I had to. But Joel's like, you're far away from the camera. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it had to be done, my man. Had to be done. I like the way Joel reiterated smartest of moves, just with very smart.
Cannibal.
Followed by, oh fuck!
It's some sort of indica. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I love the way American lads just casually, they can speak it casually, for society doesn't frown upon it, and it is legalized and taxed. So, fair play to you, lads.
Sense. It's actually an interesting statistic came out. As it's like 7.9% in Massachusetts for the first time ever, weed has outsold alcohol by 7.49%
quite literally.
this year. Yeah, or there's many different ways to indulge, but that's it. Mixing some bagels, number 8, and GG4. I got sick of GG4, but it's good. I am always looking to sleep, by the way, but thank you guys. All right, back to something else other than the casual weed talk.
Rolling on in dope. It's been on gin and juice. Laid back. Mind on my money, on my money, on my. Ooh.
That song's 30 years old and it still bangs, bro. That's a great tune.
I like Tupac's work as well. Thug's Mansion. Thug's Mansion. Baby.
Well, in Massachusetts, we didn't have enough shops before, so I'm just saying, legally now, it is. Who's got Pocahontas?
Crypto took a fucking hard fall. I've never made any money from that stupid fucking shit. Can't even touch it, or I'll lose the money that I've waited for so long. I'm too shit to make it work, cause it's all numbers and graphs, so fuck it boring. I find it too boring, man. Do you know what I mean?
No, what's so boring? Crypto?
Yeah, it's just like,
how is it boring? It's so interesting.
Yeah, but then it's like, I just don't have the patience, right?
Just forget about it then. If it's so boring, just forget about it.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like, they've gone up. Might get some of them, and then you forget about them, and they've just fucking slid off, and someone's pumped them and dubbed them, and fools like me just get, I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You got to either stay on it every single day and literally go sell it like that, but you're never going to be able to do that on like crypto.com or any of them because their fees. It's crazy. So, but whatever. SBF is in a box. Is he really? They got him?
Not at all.
They didn't arrest him yet, did they?
Definitely. I mean, he should be arrested because that's a huge crime, man. I mean,
I know, but I don't think they have. Yeah,
they won't
if they
arrest
did
him,
good.
man.
I hope they get him.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if they did, because it's like as they say in Sopranos. Hey, he's one of my top earners.
Fair enough.
Okay, what's it said here by CM Fox? Anyone moaning about crypto losses, I can better it. And I had a Russian mining shares, and they were flying until February. Then the British government. Oh, fucking hell, man!
That sucks. I lost my Gazprom shares though, so there goes a couple $100. Yeah, I lost those. That was a couple bucks. Now it's literally like $10.
Oh shit, look at this. The Bahamas government ain't letting Sam escape. What a terrible place to be trapped on.
I don't know, a Bahamian jail sitting there, that would not.
Oh, is he in jail though? Is he, or is he just
no,
like not allowed to get off?
But I'm saying if he does get put in a jail, I would not want to be in a sweltering hot. But
like, imagine if he did this.
Jail.
Imagine if it was so loose, right, that basically you're not allowed to leave the island. You're supposed to stay in the Bahamas, and he's like, yeah, but what am I supposed to do? And then it's like later on, but he's allowed to walk around and go to shops and pubs and all that. And then later on, he'd be just like, yeah, I need a boat out of here. Okay, I'll meet you at the Shady Rocks over by Northern Point or whatever the fuck. And next thing, he just jumps on a fucking
pulls
Miami
a John
Vice.
McAfee. Sounds like your boy McAfee, dude.
It is a bit like that. But could you imagine though, Chris, like some like lads wearing like, you know, like black turtleneck fucking sweaters and hats and sunglasses are like, jump on the boat, and then he's just gone, and then he
Well,
escapes.
didn't that just happen to the Nissan guy? He somehow escaped South Korea like in a box and ended up in Dubai or something.
I don't know. Where was this?
It was the Nissan guy. He used to be the CEO of Nissan, I think. Someone in the comment section look this up. And then he hired like this ex-Navy SEAL. They put him in a box, like a roadie box that you would have on tour or whatever, and he escaped, and like they put him on a plane and he landed in like Dubai or some Middle Eastern country, something like that. This is a true story. I'm probably getting the details wrong, but this really happened very recently in terms of time.
So this was recently. The head, the CEO of Nissan, jumped in a box and flew to Dubai. And I mean, I was
I know you're making fun of me, and I know it's out. See, look at Japanese government and got sprung by mercenary soldiers. Boom, Japanese.
He was arrested by the Japanese government and sprung by mercenary. And where was that? In Japan?
I believe so. I think they got him in Korea. Like he had to flee Japan first, then he went to Korea.
Oh man, imagine how class that would be.
Lebanon.
Imagine
he ended up in Lebanon.
But you know what though, Chris? Imagine how class it would be if you had so much clout that you had some fucking dudes who were able to like spring you out with a mercenary army. That'd be fantastic, man.
It would be. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking like, if you 15 years ago, I had a group of dudes that would have done that. Now we're all fat and old and poor, so we can. Well, they're not poor. We're not poor. But
yeah, like I have been considering lately. I was like, what if I just did some fucking like military security course for 2 years and just basically did the training, like the military training, like, and then just was like, you know, I wasn't going to work as a security, but just do that and be like, you know, like bodyguard, special forces kind of private training.
Once you're in, you're in. You do just need to know what, like, and you don't mess up the job. It's a tight-knit community, so you can't like fuck it up.
Yeah,
like, and you're a big lad. Though,
yeah, but so. The thing is with me, right?
You're the guy from the character in the new Call of Duty looks exactly like you right now. Do you know that?
They probably ripped me off.
You have the full beard. I swear to God, I forget his name. Anyone in the comment section, someone tell me this dude.
But you know, I'll tell you what happened with me, Chris. Right? If I did the training, it was like, okay, there's a mission for you. You're going out to Sierra Leone to protect the diamond mine, or something like this. And then I'd be like looking at lads shooting dude. I'm like, hey man, this is fucking what you doing? You know, it'd be like one of these. Nah. But it'd be handy to know in case you had to defend yourself from evildoers.
If someone is shooting at you first, you're probably going to want to defend yourself. I mean, just casually want to defend yourself.
Smuggled out of a box on a private jet. Fair play.
I told you.
That's brilliant. Why did he have to leave? Was he done for like embezzling some money?
Yeah,
Sorry,
probably.
who's this fella, lads? Just tuned in from Melbourne. Aaron Doyle. This is Chris Perez, man. He's a good friend of mine. He came over and he did a video. Actually, that's something we should mention as well, Chris.
Yeah.
Tell us about the footage. You rang me with some good news today.
Yeah, in August, that's how this started, actually. I called Martin today about some good news. In August, not of this year, of last year, Cowboy, myself, and another buddy of mine named Sam flew out, and we just filmed with Martin for like, what, 14 days straight. We had some ups and downs, and we were there originally to film a tourism video, but things fell off the rails. But we
They
got enough
derailed somewhat.
footage. Yeah, then they derailed a little more, but we brought him back. Edibles did not bring the train.
Do you know what though,
on.
Chris? Right, I'll tell you something that I've always things never go according to plan, even if they're well planned and produced. Like even with a full production crew, you don't always get what you want, but you get something different that you didn't expect. That's even better.
Well,
sometimes, I mean, you can still make, you can always, no matter what you have, if it's reality, no matter what you have in the can always be fixed with like interviews or pictures. You know, there's always ways around it.
Well, to finish off the story for the dude who doesn't know who I am.
Oh no, he was on about the Japanese guy, Chris. I think he was on about the Japanese guy.
I thought he was talking about me. But anyways, we got good news. The editor finally put together all the footage that we put in Stockholm, that we filmed in Stockholm. And he made it so smooth and great and wonderful that it looks like we might, in the very near future, have an actual pilot to send out to some networks here.
I mean, you'll have to get your boy from Barstool on it.
That's true. There's a lot of content in this video, in this new cut of you saying, "Oh, this is supposed to be my big break with Dave Porto and Barstool." There's a lot more
Barstool Sports.
this time. You going off on the planter is not in the cut, but if anyone wants to see Martin going off on the plant box, you can see that on
just like Mama's Apple Pie, V8 drag strip officials.
Yeah,
Chevy,
that one didn't
Broncos.
Make it,
Ford Broncos.
Yeah, random ass shit. But anyway, that was the good news. So the editor finally looked at it. I called Martin, and now we're here. We're literally FaceTiming each other for about an hour before this, and we started discussing Bud Light.
Yeah, the Bud Light thing. I was just like, you know what? I'm enjoying this chat. Let's move it onto the internet so we can share the crack with other people. And here we are. But I'm excited to hear that, Chris. It put me in massively good form because I knew there was loads of good stuff on that video.
There is. I wish I hadn't saw Mary Jane before you asked me about the thing I worked hardest at in my whole life.
Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about
trying to discuss this, but Joel, there's some stuff on Pez Power Productions on YouTube, but most of the stuff on my YouTube page isn't even in the pilot. But the pilot looks good, guys. I've seen other pilots in my day. It looks good. So hopefully someone doesn't, hopefully your boy Bezos doesn't just buy it and put it on a shelf. But we're going to market this thing out there. So it's a big fish. Hopefully someone buys it and doesn't just put it up on a wall. They share it. That's the way I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know. Has anybody seen Saturday Morning All-Star Hits? It's apparently Kyle Mooney has done something on Netflix, which is like, it's some kind of like 80s, 90s morning television thing, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if anyone is familiar with Kyle Mooney. He's the one who did that. He did that Andrew Garfield sketch, like where they were like, these wings are great. Anyone want the last wing? Do your wings, Dylan. You decide. I didn't have any lunch. Maybe I could eat that last wing. He's like, hey, if they were my wings, Dylan, I give them to you. Oh, thanks, man. I wish I was as good a friend to you as he is. Maybe you'd hug me like that too. Ooh. Has anyone seen it?
Has anyone in the comments seen it? Because I've seen what Martin's discussing, and it's much funnier when you watch it than what Martin's doing there.
I'm doing the work of three men, man. You know what
exactly. I mean? That's what I'm trying to explain that
to
the world.
But it was so, like, I remember Keith Pendred, our old friend, and he had
Martin, post a link to Blazing Budgets
Post a
for
link.
Joel. For Joel too, though. I know you're putting the other 3-man
There we
work
go.
up there. You love posting links with 3 men in it. But anyways, what else?
There's a video, right, that Jens, my mate, sent me years ago. It's fucking hilarious. Gotta send you this, man. The name of the video. The name of the video is "Gayest Dudes Ever," right? And
Okay.
Just watch it, man.
Can we put it up on here or no? Is that possible to put us in the corner and you share it, or is that
It's
not
gone,
a
man.
thing?
It's gone.
It's
I
gone.
don't. But it's basically these lads going. They're like this, like they're in a living room, and they go, "Yeah, this is satisfaction." And then he starts like humping like the couch, and then all the other lads keep coming in. It's like one after the other going, "Pipe layer," and then he's got his own style. The other one comes along, he's like XTC. Man, at the end of it, they're all humping the fucking humping a
This
futon.
from a sketch comedy show?
No,
or
man.
just a
It's some
random
real young dudes put some shit up, and it's like, but the name of the video was "Gayest Dudes Ever."
Yeah, no wonder it's not on the internet. Now they've grown up and they're trying to get jobs and shit. And they're like, hey, wait, aren't you that kid? Aren't you the pipe layer? Fuck out of my office.
Oh man.
I'm known as the dude online who got punched in the face in crypto budget, not as the fucking little kid who's laying pipe. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't find a video, man. It's and the search results are coming up with some questionable playlists. But it's funny because it's Andrew Garfield.
Content. This is questionable content now because we've pinged so many words that the NSA is definitely tracking this with little kids and other words mentioned. So I'm gonna stop that. Let's discuss how that got canceled quick. How about Mindy Kaling, the Indian woman from The Office? She just said The Office couldn't be written today because it would be canceled. But my rebuttal to that is if Always Sunny in Philadelphia is still on the air, I don't think The Office would be canceled. What are your thoughts, Mark?
You see, like, the thing is, like, with Ricky Gervais, he wasn't making those jokes because he wanted to offend people. I mean, it was like, that was like, the thing is, people might be offended by something because it's recreated from characters in the real world. And just because the creator decides to put those things in, the creator themselves, though they might be parodying behavior that they've witnessed, will often, be at the tip of the spear when it comes to, cancel culture and criticism. But at the same time, you want to have something that is provocative, compelling, and honestly funny. And I think that's, something that comedians these days in this kind of, like The Office back in the day, the culture was different. Everybody had a good sense of humor then. And then, maybe 8 years ago, it kind of started peaking with people being really easily offended on behalf of other people, which most of them would probably, whoever the joke was aimed at, would have a laugh too. I think if you're going to make fun of certain people, just include everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like no one's left out, and I think that's the thing with comedy. It's if you're like even-handed about it, then it ain't nothing wrong.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You know what I'd like to watch? I'd like to watch, I haven't watched it for a long time, Total Recall, the original one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I haven't seen that movie in probably 25 years.
Remember your man with like half a face? He goes, "You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here." And he's like, "Look who's talking." Like, when you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall, he's just so bulky and
he's a monster.
Static. Yeah, when he's like, "You think this is the real Quaid? It is." And then he's just like hopping around, but just really cumbersome and hulking.
Yeah, he's not. He's too stiff. There's no like elegance to any of his movements at all. I ain't got time to bleed. That's right.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. If I'm not me, then who the fuck am I? There's a great scene in Total Recall where Cohagen, he goes, "Well, my boy, It seems you let him right to us. Fuck you.
Well, speaking of ripped jack dudes, there's a documentary coming out about Vince McMahon. I'm very interested to see this documentary. Like,
is that the patient? Is that the patron saint of steroids?
Well, there'll most certainly be talk of steroids in it, but it goes from him buying up all the indie territories, how WrestleMania started, and then the steroid trial and like kind of the downfall, and then how he somehow beat the government and won, and then the Attitude Era and stuff, and even some of this stuff with his wrestlers doing horrible things to people that he somehow got brushed under the rug. It's going to be a good documentary series.
You said earlier on that they're doing a Days Gone series. Is this true?
I swear to God I saw that, but I'm streaming on my phone. I just immediately went to go look for it, but I'm streaming through my phone. I swear to God I saw that. And I think it's the dude that plays the Mandalorian that stars in it. But I can't think of
here. This is interesting because it's also Sony, and you know, like Sony have like Sony films and that kind of thing. But it says Sony is reportedly developing a Days Gone live action adaptation. According to Deadline, Sheldon Turner, who has written X-Men, First Class, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning, has been tapped to develop the project. Sam Heughan from Starz' Outlander series is set to play Deacon St. John, the lead character of Days Gone. Days Gone joins Sony's growing list of live-action adaptations of its PlayStation IPs, that's intellectual properties. During May, as per VGC, Sony announced that God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Gran Turismo is being developed for TV. You can fuck off.
They're doing also. No one's original.
Yeah,
anymore.
man. I started with the Mazda Demio. I was there at the Sunday Cup, man, and now I'm the Grand Valley 24-hour Speedway endurance race winner. So stick that up your ass. You know, that's going to be the vibe or what?
This is driving me bananas, though, because we actually have something original that is dealing with the current event, the crash of crypto, and they're just rewriting all this stuff. Listen, I don't know who's out there. You just share Martin's content, please.
Remember earlier on when we were saying, we'll have a chat and all that, and it's like, yeah, but no talking about Kanye, man.
No Kanye talk, dude. That's too much. No,
owner of a Kanye West. He's got a cool looking vest. He makes shoes for 800 quid. Everybody thinks he's ooh. That's my comment on it. Can you change your name to Yee?
Yeah, anyways, so the Patriots play on Sunday.
But I did enjoy the Alex Jones interview, man. I think Damn it. It's fucking hilarious, man. I mean, I just think he's trolling.
It's fucking if he's not trolling, then this is horrible, and I don't know what else. I'm leaving it at that. I don't want to talk about it.
It has to be trolling, man, because it's like to come out with shit like that at face value. Oh, good lord. And like even Alex Jones, like of all fucking people, was trying to reel it in.
You know, that's the point. That like before that, you were like, wait. But then once Alex Jones is like, timeout, bro. I'm even calling timeout here. Like you need to reevaluate.
Alex Jones is the most like reasonable man in the room.
In the room, something is not okay. If he's the one that is reasonably. You get it. No more
Almira boy.
Visited Swinford a while ago. After watching Hardy Bucks for the first time, stood atop the rail bridge. Some spot for lurking like dirt.
Oh, that's fucking right, hey. Doing a bit of lurking down the Ballinair Road Bridge, hey. You can see all up Main Street. Hey. See what's going on. Do a bit of lurking. Even drink a few cans. A few jig-jags, man, with the boys. So we got 17. Yeah, it's funny, the amount of viewers fluctuates. We could be up to like 30, we could be up to 35, and then it could be down to 15. Well, and so, Pete, I think the thing is, I'd like to make some short form video content again, but it's just I need to get like upstairs. I'm supposed to be making like an office around the landing,
Mhm.
it's just, it'd be nice to have a place where I go up and everything's set up as well. And I need to get myself a new computer, man, but it's kind of like fucking difficult when you're not, back in the Hardy Books days, it'd be like, yeah, I'm just going to go and buy this laptop and go buy that car. Nowadays, it's a bit more like, ooh.
Now it's my kids need shoes. I can't go buy a laptop.
Yeah, when you got kids, man, shit
Yeah.
just gets very expensive for obvious reasons. But I don't want to
What
get a
kids
fucking
will
bit
do.
of it.
No, I mean, whatever. I also let you down. I spilled apple juice on the computer. I said I was going to give you. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize for that.
Hey, it's all right, man. Shit, yeah.
I mean, I'll give you this thing. You can see what you can get.
Don't
out
even
of
worry
it.
about it, man. It's
Jesus,
fucking
I've put on
sound.
some weight here.
You're all right, man. It's just the shadow of the light. It's shadow of altered
Wow.
beast. But we've been
Great
chatting a
to
good
you.
hour and 5 minutes, mate. I mean, it just kind of feels
And
like
that's only on the live. We chatted a good 45 minutes before this too.
we're talking about fucking
Wow.
rough and rowdy boxing. Do you watch that much?
I've seen it. That's the Barstool. That's the Barstool show. Portnoy runs that. He bought the rights to it. So I've seen a few things on their Reddit, but I've never once paid for a show. I don't need to pay for amateur boxing if I'm not going to pay for like the real thing. You can just go down to Faneuil Hall on Friday night. You can see dudes boxing. I don't need to pay.
And I think that's what the appeal of it is. It's, you're watching amateur boxers and like
Yeah,
like,
it's just stupid though. Everyone gets gassed in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I think that's why people like
wild
watching it, because if you're looking at an elite boxer, you're like, all right, these lads are fucking elite boxers, and you're watching people who've trained their whole lives and competed to get to that level. Whereas if you watch Rough and Rowdy, it's just like people who've never been in a fight before, just fucking throwing haymakers at each other. And I think it's basically it's a derivative of the white collar boxing phenomena.
It is
I mean?
good, but I don't know. It's funny, but I just can't. There's also that Barstool stigmatism that no one really ever admits they spend money at Barstool, yet Barstool is a wildly successful company. So I don't know.
I love that. I love that argument they had, the falling out they had with Michael Rappaport, man. That guy is like, he's got the charisma of a lump of hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm Michael Rappaport. My whole fucking shtick is I'm a New Yorker. Yeah, fucking that. And it's like,
he's a New York sports fan, which is even worse than being a New Yorker, according to this Boston guy. Fuck them Yankees. But yeah, it's 4:20 over here. Thanks for bringing that up, Joel. Someone's about to knock on my door. But no, I'm
can you look
good
on the
right
double
now.
door? Oh, God bless the double door if you can get it, man. Oh.
Can you look on the double door? Oh, that's it. I couldn't read it on this. I gotta wait.
Hey, look on the bag, boy. But that is the fucking crack. I think
that's
I might wrap it up.
That's actually one of the most hilarious parts when you and Buzz are going in there. The guy's like, "Oh, how's this job search going?" And you go, "Oh, you know all yourself." And he's like, "No, I don't. I have a job. I don't know anything about looking for a job."
There's more chance of fucking Stephen Hawking is getting trials for Inter Milan than there is me getting a fucking job around here. Hey.
Yeah, like I love many little hidden gems.
I love the way like Inter Milan were willing to give Stephen Hawking in Eddie's mind. He was willing to. They were gonna go. All right, can you kick this ball from like here, and can you tackle these? Like there was more chance of that happening than there was of Eddie finding work around Swindon.
I mean, I don't get it. There's just, there's so many hidden gems in that. And now I'm not mentioning names, but I hope they're out there watching. There's mad dudes dropping Hardy Bucks links all over social media to watch things. So, got to get on that.
What good is that to me, Chris?
I don't know. Royalties, baby, royalties.
Yeah, fucking the royalties, man. It's just one of those things. It's out there, you know what I mean? People enjoy it, but like, if I consider all of the free shit that I downloaded over the years, everyone's spending my intellectual property and getting benefits from it. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking, it evens out.
I'm
you know what I mean?
that because I don't have any great intellectual property, but knowing how hard we worked for even those 10 days, Granted,
but
most of the reason we had to work that hard was my fault. I made it much harder
you
than it needed to be.
exasperated the situation.
So, yeah.
Then Sam couldn't come
So,
over because of the what was it? He couldn't come over because of his
missed the
test.
COVID test to get on the plane. You have to take a negative one, and he was stuck in traffic. And our
Such
flight was
bullshit,
at
man.
like 5. Our flight was at like 6. And I got there. I told Sam to meet me there at 3. I got there at 3:15. I knew he would be late. He's always late. And I didn't know that I had to have a test like right then and there. So I got one there. It was $250, mind you. And
What, a
then I
ticket?
got just to get something stuck on my nose to say I didn't have COVID.
You had to spend $250 on that. What a rip-off. I mean, what a fucking... Do you know what was the biggest scam of all fucking time?
Well, on the way back from
Fucking
Sweden,
rip-off
we
merchants,
had,
man. Like, why wasn't it
Munich.
free? You know what I mean? Like, you know, the way you had to pay for it, but like, because I tell you, if they had to fucking pay for it, they wouldn't be doing it. Fucking like,
on the way
I saw
back
a
from
thing on Twitter the other day,
Stockholm,
Chris.
I didn't have to. Go ahead.
There's a guy who made millions off the fucking PPE that they didn't even use, and it was just he'd given himself a big briefcase full of cash, and he's driving around a Lamborghini and man living the fucking life of Riley. If I knew what I knew now looking back, I'd be like, yeah, I'll get you a load of cheap PPE from China and fucking sell that off, and ooh.
Yeah, but then you would have got stuck with the, what did they call that delay there? When the shipping goods stopped. What was that shit?
Yeah, there's so much of it. It's hard to even remember it. Like what they're doing in Holland at the moment is terrible.
Eddie, give a shout out
3,000
to man Microscopic Nichiwa. It's his birthday. Give a shout out there.
Microscopic Nishiwa. Happy birthday to you, whoever you are, lad. Keep the faith. Goodbye. But fucking.
It's still
what was I
going
saying?
on. It's still going on. That's the worst part about it is now we got shit. We're trying to get Martin to Miami, so we're
Will
working
Smith
on
style.
that next.
We're going to Miami.
Yeah, that's the first place. If we can get the Irish lads in Miami, that's what we're working on.
I've just got to walk around in like a cowboy hat and linen, you know, with like some sort of until after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they can like relax and get the evening sun. But
we could bring you to Vegas and put you on the strip dressed up as that guy from Call of Duty. Just you could get $5 a picture. We could make $1,000 easy.
It's dressed up as like Call of Duty guy. I'm like, yeah, I was in that. Yeah, it'd be like Richie Neville in the Hardy books. It's like, were you in Babylon 5? Yeah,
Martin.
He's also in the band 5.
You don't even understand. I forget this dude's name. I don't know. I gotta open a new tab here. I'm Googling Irish guy. All right, if you Google Irish guy Call of Duty, it's not
Call
Soap.
of Duty.
It's the new guy. Is his name Declan?
I don't know.
Fuck, this is gonna piss me off. Yeah, it's Declan O'Connor, and it looks exactly like you. Maybe that's not him. I don't know. Fuck it. Who cares? I apologize for wasting everyone in the stream's time.
Yeah,
and showing my face this close. This close.
I see Bill Gates is
I don't know, man. I'm gonna get Oh, come on, man. Didn't you know he owns the internet? So he can trend anytime he wants.
Who? Bill Gates?
Isn't that what I'm led to believe?
I just need to crush him like a melon. He's an evil man.
I just learned
he was everyone will know this. And his punishment will be redemption of the highest order.
Redemption. Good word.
He needs to be
I
punished.
heard Bill Gates was in charge of STEM in schools here in America.
He is,
I was unaware of that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you just fill kids' heads up with fucking bullshit that you put out there that favors your own industries. But I'm going to get him one day and go to this room. I'll rip the fucking shirt off his titties. And I'll send him to a bunch of hard lads from Waddington. I'll take him down to Powerhouse Gym in Waddington. And then fucking Sean Smith.
Where's Paddy the Batty at?
He'll come along just to finish off the tenderizing, but we'll send him in there to Sean Smith in Powerhouse Gym in Warrington. He'd be like, You've been tooting barbs, mate. What are you talking about? Tooting barbs? And then Frenchie will be like, all right, there was a reason, yeah, do you get me, to be back here because of this little two Bob Rongan and Nomark, the billionaire Nomark, Bill Gates. So you'll have Sean Smith of Powerhouse Gym, Paddy the Baddie, and then Stephen French will be there, and maybe Mikey G. Or he'll be there as well.
Not?
He's like, Five Alive, say no to knife crime. So he'll be there as well. And then just loads of Scouse, Northwestern Merseyside lads just working Bill Gates over in like a gym.
How long do you suppose Bill Gates would last if, how many 10-year-olds do you think it would take to take out Bill Gates in a fight?
I'd say I'd throw a good 10-year-olds at him, you know, and just so there's they can just get in there and give him a good, you know. So he might have a couple of dirty tricks up his sleeves, like Klaus Schwab, man. I was thinking about him.
10, are we throwing them all at once or one at a time?
Oh, all at once, man. Fuck that.
All at once, 10-year-olds. That would be, yeah. Where are these 10-year? I guess then that begs the question: where are these
send them down? Go
from?
down to a gym where you've got 10-year-olds who've been doing kickboxing for about 2 years as well.
No, because a 10-year-old kickboxer could kick my ass. I feel like I'm a fat 37-year-old out of shape dude. And
that's the way it has to be, mate. You know what I mean?
He's like 60.
Joel dude says
murdered.
five 10-year-olds.
How big are 10-year-olds? Oh, I think I can.
No, my eldest is just turned 11. She's pretty tall.
So so last time I saw video, he was 10. So 10 biddies coming at me like a spider monkey. That would be difficult to deal with, bro.
Yeah, especially if
that's
they could
a lot
use
of limbs coming at you.
They could use weapons.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, are we in a padded ring? I don't know.
I think this hypothetical conversation has gone too far because we both know it ain't going to happen unless I can have a word with Frenchie, and he can be like, you can see the jealousy just oozing out of him for the general population. He needs to be understood. He should be battered. Missy says to you, Mr. Pez, you should talk nicer to yourself.
Thank you, Missy. I appreciate that.
Fox, Gates and Schwab both have that psychopath grin before they got to say something. Watch it. Oh, yeah, you often see where it's like, well, the next one's going to really get their attention. And it's like, okay, his attention by taking him by his little fucking shirt jumper combo and be like, Dooish! Dooish! And he'd be like, oh. But I think, I wouldn't underestimate him either. He'd be the kind of fucker who like paid for like, bodyguard or like some sort of like self-defense or
he knows all the Mossad tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got out.
But I reckon that Klaus Schwab, right, is one of these like, yes, I am an old weird guy, and you think, oh man, I'd fucking slap his dome in like 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Just like on his fucking bald head. And but then I was thinking yesterday, I was talking to a mate Marcus. And I was like, but then again, he could be one of these lads who, like a Bond villain knows, like he'd know how to fucking, because he's got about 10 degrees.
Pressure
yeah,
points
exactly. He'd have a good base of, I read it in 2 days, how to disarm an opponent through pressure points and the nervous system. So, like, you'd have to watch out. It'd be like fighting fucking Anthony Hopkins and Silent.
Wait, you ever seen that Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. in it?
Yeah, the shite, man. I didn't like it.
You know how I loved it. But you know how, like, when he pauses and he thinks about, he's like, oh, aim here to the knee, crack knee, then stand up, follow up with this. That's Klaus Schwab just doing all the science where to hit.
But, I mean, Sherlock Holmes' brain was just so good. He managed to predict things that could have went another way. And, he would be like, feint under the rib. Pop up with a right hook to the jaw. The shock would disempower him, but really he go down, duck, and he gets uppercutted and he's battered and it's over.
Uppercut is a tough punch to take, though.
Cooper's Delight says Alan is quite right. Mikey J. Christopher Walken should have played Data in Star Trek. Not logical. Brent Spinner. Not logical. Commander, Captain, it has come to my attention that this was a bit in it where they were talking. It was a banned episode because it was like the reunification of Ireland in 2026.
Is that real? Did that really happen?
Yeah, it was like Data said it. And it was like,
Oh, I
armored
didn't know.
cars and tanks and guns. Marky Shorthall, Marky Shorthall. How
What's
are you
Marquis Shorthall's little picture
doing?
there? Oh, it's him on stage rocking and rolling.
On
That
stage,
looks
got a
cool.
nice little strap there with a maple neck and
Yeah.
a mottled mahogany-looking fretboard or a scratch plate. Looking good there, lad. Looking good. I'm good, thanks, Mark, mate. I'm all right, you know what I mean? The fucking pressures of life and all that. Up and down like a fucking fiddler's elbow. Joel Dude says, saw him in Welcome to the Jungle the other night. Is he dead or what? Who's this? Sorry, Joel Dude. Sometimes I've got the memory span of a goldfish when it comes to these live streams. Yes, please do let me know who you were referring to there, mate.
Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken. What
Maybe?
is Welcome to the Jungle? Is it a series? Is it Explore the Space? Explore the Space.
I don't
See,
know.
that's even more cryptic.
I've never
mate.
seen a Star Trek episode in my life. Proud to say it. I'm Star Wars all day.
I used to watch a lot of it when I was a kid.
I've always found
Christy Walken. All right, yeah.
All right. Him. Is that a porn?
I never
Now
knew.
I get your joke.
Brent Spinner, the lad who played Data, he's the scientist in Independence Day with the long hair and the glasses.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Now that you mention that, I can see it. Data's the only character I know from Star Trek too.
Not logical.
Wow, that's ridiculous. Speaking of Independence Day, how about Will Smith dropping a new movie? He's fresh off of smacking Chris Rock. Got a new movie coming out.
What's the new movie, Christine?
Not aware of it. I don't know. I think it's called 1, 2, 3, Go or something. I just briefly saw a headline about it, and they discussed it on a radio show that I was listening to on the way to the doctor.
Will Smith apparently was on the island of misdeeds.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, there's a lot of people, man.
That doesn't surprise me. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that he walked up on stage, slapped the dude after he was on his wife's podcast crying because she cheated on him, and he knows that she's out doing everything, but he loves his wife so much that he got insulted. But she literally said, "I had sex with our son's friend," right to his face on a camera. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, and he's slapping fucking Chris Rock.
Slapped Chris Rock. Chris Rock then Chris Rock had to stand there awkwardly because Will Smith came up and got an award, and all those psychopaths in Hollywood during the moment it happened, all those psychopaths in Hollywood were on Will Smith's side, and then it's I can't wrap my head around
of that world, man. The moral compass of the Hollywood world.
There isn't a compass. Compass. The water's broken in it. There's too much. There's no compass. That shit's broken.
Yeah, there's just absolutely no morality whatsoever. But yet they like to pontificate to the fucking to the flag.
Yeah.
Awful place, man.
Do as I say, not as I do. Total mentality. It's horrible. Fucking horrible.
I was getting close to making it big over there before my daughter came along, and I was thinking to myself, "Fucking good thing," because I would have been partying and being a mad prick. You know what I mean?
You would be dead. You would be dead now.
Me and Marilyn Manson to be smoking fucking rocks in some bedsit in fucking Hollywood, and I'd be like, "God, it's depressing, man. Should go home to Schwinford."
Indie films are good, but they don't have as much money, Missy says. Missy, we've been trying to figure out how to get about $5,000 together for 3 hours now. So, yes, we agree with you. We have original things going on, but we're working our way through it.
Did you see Top Gun this year? Was it any good, was it?
I wanted to see it. I don't remember why I didn't see it, but I did not. I've yet to.
Well, I'm really being.
As I just complained about people illegally streaming as I just complained about people illegally streaming Hardy Bucks stuff, I'll probably illegally stream that. But I wanted to get the nice.
Hardy Bucks is supposed to be able. You're able to watch it on another site over there, aren't you?
The Hardy Bucks movie was on. It was on F Movies or 123 Move or something like that.
Do you know what?
I saw it recently, but I didn't watch it.
It'd be handy for me to watch it because I haven't watched it in ages, and I was thinking.
Don't you have a DVD, bro?
I have the DVD, but it's still in its packet, I was kind of like, I don't want to open it.
Oh, don't open it then. Yeah.
But then I'd love to see the commentary because apparently the commentary was really funny. I remember doing the commentary in the depths of fucking a doomy hangover in Gavigan's gaff.
Oh, I would love to hear that. Anybody that has, we've talked to that guy Molotov on YouTube. He seems to have every Hardy Bucks footage ever made. I don't know who he is, but he writes back to me. Yeah, he writes back to me.
How'd you get in contact with them? Through YouTube?
Through YouTube on the comments, and then he messaged me on Reddit.
Ah, okay.
I sent you the link.
Yeah. Well, you know what? To be honest, it's handy that someone's put them up there. Maybe I should just fucking download them.
I thought that the Hardy Bucks movie was on Amazon. It was on Amazon a year or so ago, 2 years ago at the very least. I know that because it was my my last birthday present in California. I watched, my ex-girlfriend bought the Hardy Bucks movie, and I made her sit down and watch it with me for my birthday.
What was the name of the Irish band that did the OC soundtrack? It was like California, how come? What were they called again?
No idea. I have no idea. Comment
the
section
OC.
can do that.
I remember when I went in 2006. It was like I was there at the time of the OC and all that, and I was like, "Ooh, the OC." You know, you'd be watching it in Sweden. The nice thing about that, it was nice to be young and watching something like people my own age in it that were the focal point of pop culture. You know, and you turn into an old crab like myself, and it's like,
It's weird though because you look back at it now, and I'm sure even they're like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" With some of that.
Yeah, and to be honest as well, Chris, I don't don't watch a lot of film and TV anymore because it's like when you've been in it as long as I was, and then even if I wasn't in it, I'd just be looking at it going, it's just a load of fucking adults playing house and being paid for it. Do you know what I mean? When you see people like,
yeah, but that's
I role for this, I had to adopt a walk, and I did a lot of character research in the local job center where I applied for jobs on a regular basis just to live and see how these people live, you know. And the performance really did shine, and people go, and I also lost 40 kilos for the role.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
wow, they won an Oscar because they lost weight.
That's just pretentious talk. I lose weight every time I don't get paid, you know? So it's simple. Just get poor. You can lose weight easy. Don't
Listen,
eat.
man, that's why I eat tubs of mayonnaise, man. Fair play to my mother. My mother and my sister and Tanya Durkin, and they brought over a 12-pack of Cadbury snack, and it's like, ooh, lovely stuff. The taste of home, boy. Oh. Trippy Seed says, your boy Pez sounds like Adam Sandler.
I just read that. I believe Adam Sandler lived like 45 minutes north of here for a minute. And my cousin Mark looks exactly like him. So
Adam Sandler's a great man for putting out like really shit films that do well.
Yeah, but it's all his boys. He leads Adam Sandler's the best life. He's got his production company. He gets all his boys. They travel to destinations. They film something. They make millions. They are exactly what we are aspiring to be. We're just starting on YouTube live streams. So shout out Trippy Seeds. Okay. Trippy Seeds and D's. Nuts.
What about Big Mama's house too?
Welcome towards the $1.25, please. I don't know what Big Mama's house is. I don't know.
And what was that other thing that was made recently? You know the black guy who dresses up as the old woman. Tyler Perry, is it?
Yeah, he's the one. The prince moved into his crib in L.A. That prince that left England there. What's his name there?
Prince Harry lives at Tyler Perry's house.
Yeah, he was living at Tyler Perry's estate in Beverly Hills when he left.
Weird,
England.
Man. Tyler Perry owns an estate.
Dude, Tyler Perry's loaded.
Yeah, apparently he's hanging out with that Louis Copeland guy, and he was.
I don't know who Louis Copeland is.
Oh no, no! Louis Copeland's actually a designer of suits in Ireland. I mean, Kenneth Copeland. He's a bad fucking guy. He's fucking mental. He's like, oh, the Holy Spirit. I won't travel on public transport because there's demons on there. You know, he's just a fucking one of these grifters.
He's a Southern Baptist preacher, most likely.
Yeah. But one of these like driving around in like Gulf
Too much shit
Stream
going on.
private
Too much
jet.
shit going on. We're not. No, I don't need to. No, we're not talking about that. Tyler
The funny
Perry's a
thing
rich
is,
man.
yeah, but I was
Oh,
gonna say apparently Tyler Perry and Miss Brown's Boys did like where they were both acting. And
boys.
oh man, it's just like what the IQ level of the intended audience of those shows is just. And ironically, Brendan O'Carroll always says that his IQ is at mental level. So I like the way he knows that his content is lowbrow, but at the same time he has to reassure everyone that he has a Mensa membership, that he is indeed.
You want to know why, Martin? Do you want to know why? Because it's not stupid if it works, and that puts a lot of money in that man's fucking bank account.
Oh, it did indeed, mate. It did indeed.
So that's why.
But the thing is, it's the extent of
selling your soul. But
it's just like not something. It's basically.
I don't know this
It
guy.
seems the lower you're willing to go, the more wedge you can make. And I've always been of the persuasion of like, I'd rather have high quality, like nuanced stuff than have to appeal to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, but that seems to be more power than wealth. It seems to be more power you get, the more depraved you have to be. Sure, wealth does lead to power, but I'm not going to say rich people are all rich people are crazy, but I'll say all powerful people are crazy. How's that?
Well, I suppose you have to be a bit crazy to like live in that world.
That's what I'm saying. So it all makes sense. It's all ridiculous. So who knows? I'm not smart enough to figure it out. I'm just trying to produce a pilot television show to get some wedge in our pockets, and then we can take over the world from there. How's that sound?
Did you ever think about writing a song? There's some wedge in my pocket, dear Liza, put some wedge in my pocket, yeah, baby. Alan S says, Martin, thoughts on Pantera tribute recently? Pantera tribute, where it's basically the bassist and Phil Anselmo and some other lads were coming together. I mean, I think it's fucking great, man. Obviously, unfortunately, Dimebag is no longer with us. But didn't Zach Wilde want to step in for that? I think that'd be fantastic. I can't remember who's on drums. If it's your man Danny Trejo, or not Danny Trejo, your man he was in Metallica. No, the bassist from Metallica, who was in Ozzy Osbourne's band. But I'm thinking, who was the drummer again? Could be Ozzy's old drummer. I don't know, man. Don't fucking know. Dave Lombardo, chap. It's not him.
I have no idea. So someone in the comments can let us know. Yeah, just Pantera reunion, do it. Because I know they have one amazing song. I'm not a big Pantera guy.
They're calling it a Pantera tribute then. So,
okay. Well, Zach Wilde.
Yeah, Zach Wilde. Charlie.
Alan S. said.
Rex Brown and Charlie Benante. He must be the drummer. But I mean, like, if you got Phil Anselmo and Zach Wilde was very close to Dimebag Darrell, and the two of them are both beasts on the guitar, but they play like they've got their own different flavor. So that'd be very interesting.
They play to women who pose like this for them. I just noticed how ridiculous I look in this camera right now.
I want you to draw me like your Boston Chris's.
Please. Draw me like the boy from the suburbs. It's ridiculous. Sorry about that, Anthrax. I bet we just lost viewers with that. I'll tell you what, the numbers just crushed.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, it's all in good fun. It's all gravy, baby. Anyways, so what else?
Hey, what else is new? Do you ever remember the Jerky Boys when
I love the Jerky Boys.
Do you remember the one where it's like, "Hello, Paradise"? Yes, hi, is that Fat Muffin Man there, please? Yes, Fat Muffin Man. Is he in? Well, I hope that's not me, the biggest one here. How's it doing anyway? How's it doing, that big muffin-y ass bastard? How's it doing?
Yeah, with his big muffin ass.
You want to call about muffins? Yes, we got tons of muffins. We got cranberry. Oh, no, not cranberry. What else have you got? What other kinds of muffins you got there? We got blueberry. Yeah, how many tell me those blueberries, are they all jammed up with those blueberries? How many grams of fat?
Jammed up full.
But there's the other one where he rings, hey,
Jerky
Jackie
boy.
Gills. And it's like, who's calling? It's Frank. Who? Frank Rizzo. How you doing there, barrel ass? Jackie Gills.
Yeah.
1 second.
Frank,
Hello?
that's Frank's pickle barrel ass. Yeah, Frank's pickle barrel ass. Frank
Hey,
Rizzo's
Jackie
my
Gills.
favorite.
Hello, who's calling? Frank. Oh, Frank Rizzo. Oh, hey, Sinatra. He owed me a lot of money before he checked out that bastard. I got a bit of gout running down the left tit. You got a what? How you doing anyway, the barrel ass? What else is new?
I no when he calls the Asian guy calls up about the lawnmower, the chainsaw, and the log splitter, and Frank Rizzo answers. He's like, yeah, I got them all. What do you want? You want that push kind or the ride along? You ride along. You better not tip that some bitch over.
The other one where there's a piano tuner and he's like, hello, piano tuner, and he's like, yeah, hi, my piano. Oh no, it was the other one. It was like, yeah, my fucking dog got stuck in the piano. I need to get him out there, tough guy.
Sir, I cannot come over there and help you with this.
What kind of dog is this anyway? He's a Rottweiler. You want me to pull a Rottweiler out of a piano? Come on, tough guy. He's gritting his teeth at me. He's snapping at me.
So you want me to come over there and take care of this for you? I'm sorry, I cannot do this. Also, Joel, I have a TV set up behind it so I can read and see myself, not just from my phone. But yeah, the Jerky Boys are great, man. I love them. I have their albums downloaded on my old Apple account. Fuck.
You know what he's got as well, Chris? The other one where he's like, hello, auto mechanic job. Yes, hello. He's like, yeah, Frank Rizzo. I worked on race cars for 5 years. Yeah. And then he's like, worked on race cars 12 years, 18 years. And he goes, put your fucking boss on. Who? Okay, 1 second. He goes, yeah, Frank Rizzo. I wrap your. I come down there and start my job tomorrow. Bring my. And he goes, I wrap your fucking head in with a wrench.
Yeah, the fucking wrench. This is the best. That's what.
Should I bring my
he goes, how many tools? Yeah. How many pieces you benching? Pieces, pounds, baby, pounds. How should I bring my fucking tools with me?
Hey, guy, I don't think you can talk to me like that. Hey, can I bring my fucking tools?
He's still gets down there. That's Balloon Boy too. Is hilarious. Like, yeah, how many balloons to float a 35-pound punk up in there? The other little kids throwing fire shit at him.
I remember there was a prank phone call as well of this guy going. He rang up a gay bar or something, and I don't know who if Goldberg, the wrestler, was involved in this, but he rings up like a gay bar, and he's like, trying to be like one of these guys from the South. He goes, yeah, I heard there was a couple of queers in there. He's like, it's a gay bar. Yeah, what? A bar where they go? And he's like, and they're like, hey, you come down here. I'm 6'1". I'll fucking knock you the fuck out. And he's like, all right, I'll be down there. I'm gonna bring Brother Earl too.
Jesus Christ,
Brother Earl.
I promise you, Goldberg was not involved in that whatsoever.
There's another prank phone call where apparently Frankie Boyle rings Danny Dyer, and he's like, "Oh, you're hard man, are you?" He's like, "Oh, you fucking sweaty sock, you sweaty sock. Oh, you gonna come down here? Yeah, come on, I'll fucking meet you, yo." But I don't know I can't really quote any of that though.
Dude, Sam Pino had some of the greatest prank phone calls in the history of prank phone calls. Trust me when I tell you this. He prank called 411 back in the day when 411 was a thing, and he kept telling them that he was looking for strawberry shortcake and strawberry pie and stuff, and it was the funniest thing.
Should I bring my fucking shortcake?
Sam Pino prank phone called an elderly home one time and pretended to be an old man, and he was stuck in the basement in a burlap sack, and they beat me. I need you to come pick me up. And they kept being like, where are you? We'll come get you. Where are you? He's like, they come down every couple hours, just throw water on me and beat me. The woman on the other line was freaking out. There was a CD. There was a CD that had.
Oh, we had a CD as well. I don't know where it is, man. But we've got a CD with loads of stuff. Like, it's stuff that actually was the genesis of Hardy Books, was those original prank phone calls. It was like,
oh yeah, that's every adolescent.
They'd be like, there'd be like, you rang up one guy and it was like, yeah, is that beep beep? Yeah, it is. Speaking. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna come down there and punch you in the face. It's like, huh? He's like, listen, man, it's all
It's
words
very
all
true.
around town. You know, it's
Dude, I would
like
see
he
you. We
rang
can
up
do that
Irish
just
Fighter
via trap
magazine once.
phone.
Yeah.
Should bring
Tipperary
back
trans.
prank phone
Well,
calls.
come here, lads. I'm gonna have to fucking shoot off, lads, because it's I'm supposed to do some chicken breasts that I don't want to go out of date. I've got to fry them up, put them in with
They
a
don't want them to
maybe.
go out the wait. They don't
I
want them
might
to go out
make
the
myself
date.
some sort of Caribbean jerk and marinate them,
Caribbean
like, do you know
jerk
what I mean?
chicken. Yeah, Caribbean jerk
Yeah, I
chicken.
gotta
Eh?
marinate them shits.
I
But
have
cut them
no
into
love for the
fillets as
eggs.
well. Fillet the fillets so they're nice and smooth for the frying job. But I just want to say thank you very much, everybody who's stuck
Yeah,
around, and thank you to
guys.
Chris Perez here as well.
Thank you.
It was a bit of a lucid. It was a bit more kind of like we're a bit more tired tonight, and
Free flowing though.
but I thought it'd be nice to have one on a time. You know, usually it's midnight on a Friday night. I thought it'd be good to do a different one. Do you know what I mean, Mason? You know what I mean? Anyway, this is brought to you by Bud Light and Chris Perez from UMass.
Bud Light. That's right. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, Martin. I'll talk to you.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you everyone else. And remember, if any of you have enjoyed this and want to see more, fucking hit me up in the old PayPal /Maloney's Digest or tip. So thank you very much for sticking around. Lovely to see you, and have a great night and enjoy the rest of the week. Adios, muchacho. Good luck and God bless.